Chantal. 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 It's not burnt, it's charred. That's an actual cooking term. I can't even with you. Alright, let's dance in our chairs for Unicorn Pondu's intro song, which is fucking rad.
Hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pondu. Welcome back to another video. And Chantal, of course, uploaded another video called A Shocking Weigh-In or something. I guess you forgot to make sure that their microphone was on whenever they were recording the intro. But anyways, the rest of the recording is fine. But let's see what Chantal had to say today, shall we?
Hello, foodie beauties. Hey guys,
Hello,
welcome back to another
foodie.
video. Yes, I am still recovering in bed, and I am also making this video in my PJs from bed, which is why I'm not on cam for this one. I have chosen to add hearts as the background, and I will also show some video.
Listen, lazy bitch, you need to get out of bed. What the fuck, even? Oh my god. Even at my worst pain, I never stayed in bed for more than 3 days. Come on.
Clips. I even tried just sitting and standing to do cameos, and it became unbearable. The pain, that is. After about 2 minutes, I have to lay down. Anywho.
But lie down, first of all. Lie down. But you were somehow able to stand in the shower for 7 minutes and clean yourself, right? Right? Okay.
I managed to do a weigh-in though. Again, undressed, therefore I just took a picture of the final scale reading. So my last weigh-in was not a good one, if you remember.
And I do want to say, like, oh, that's super convenient, you know, like a photo. Sure, that makes sense.
11 days ago or so, I did a video talking about my slip-ups, and if I recall, my weigh-in was somewhere in that video. I was back up to 165 kg, and everyone was wondering how on earth I gained 13 pounds in less than a week. Water retention from binge eating is my only guess. There are so many reasons why weight...
Oh, it couldn't have been all the mukbangs that you did last week? Are you for real? It was water weight retention. It couldn't have been the pot pie, the Taco Bell binge, the giant fish, the kebabs with like a huge ass portion of rice. No. It was water weight retention. Guys.
Okay, so it's the water retention. Not like the fact that you ate yourself up to 13 pounds. No, it's the water retention.
Yep.
Fluctuates. I was on a slippery slope of just eating crap and tons of sodium and all the things that are not good for me, and those things in excess. So a few days before that weigh-in, or approximately 2 weeks ago, I had dropped down to 159 kg. I was very happy with that. Now, as you can see, my weigh-in today, I weigh 155 kg, which is a huge drop. That's 341 pounds. I cannot even remember the last time.
That's 156.9. If anything else, you might as well just round that up to 157. Amberlyn over here, these girls and their points. Like, if you're going to be doing anything, man, just round it up to 157. Come on.
Oh my God.
I was in the 340s. Now, being essentially bedbound for the most part, I mean, I can still walk around the apartment slowly for a few minutes at a time and use the washroom on my own and shower, but I figured I would gain weight.
But you can't stand for more than 2 minutes doing cameos, though, but you can take a shower and use the... okay, that makes...
Wait a minute, hold up. Did you hear how she said, but? I can do these things, but? Does that mean that she's seeking assistance in doing these things? Like, what is the but for? I can do these things, but what does that mean? Where are you going with that? I'd like to hear more about this.
Sense? Sure. Right, we'll go with that. You can't stand to do cameos, but you can take a shower by yourself and use the bathroom. Oh, okay, yep, that makes completely total sense. If you ask me, it really doesn't.
Not moving much. The thing is, because I'm in constant pain, constant as in the pain is always there, but it's tolerable when laying on my side with a pillow between my knees. So because of the pain, I don't have as much of an appetite sometimes. I still get the head hunger though, and there's boredom of laying in bed and wanting to snack all the time. But I'm surprised I have lost so much, considering my eating schedule has pretty much been as follows. So because I'm not cooking right now, we will order one main meal. So I usually eat very healthy for this. Chicken, a salad every day.
So you're saying like he can't cook? Like he's not obligated to by any means, but like, you know, if your wife is sitting there having nerve issues, can't stand for too long, right? And like, wouldn't you want to, I don't know, encourage her to be like, oh, let's just eat in, it'll be a lot healthier, we can control what we eat, yada, 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 especially since she has, you know, eating problems. But we're going to be eating. Okay, that's a choice. Not a super great one, you know, from my perspective, but it's a choice regardless. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. But of course, she's going to have a problem with people voicing their, I don't know, opinions about information that they voluntarily give up on the internet. So,
I've never seen a married couple like this before that don't take care of each other when they're going through surgeries, that don't have, you know, like, I'm going to make you a salad. I'm going to take care of you in this moment. I'm going to be the one who, like, even if it's a simple meal, I'll make it for you. This is the most bizarre bullshit I've ever seen.
would probably suggest eating at home, but, you know, they're adults. They can do whatever they want, I suppose.
Day, and I usually eat like half a chicken. So like the breast and some of the leg, which I don't really love, but it's tolerable.
Half a goddamn chicken, you guys. She's eating half a goddamn chicken for one meal. When I eat chicken, I have a leg. It's like the extent of how much protein I put on my plate is like a leg. I'll maybe have a side of some corn and a side salad. It's like, can't even. Well, I have half a chicken. That's not that big of a deal. Fucking half a chicken.
The way this place cooks it. For chicken legs and dark meat, I find that if it's cooked like almost burnt, or burnt, pretty much like burnt a bit, like so.
It's called charred, you dumb bitch. Just like, you don't talk about the carcasses. You talk about like boiling the bones for a broth or something like that. You're only going to talk about a carcass if you're using like the whole thing to you don't even know how to fucking make broth, let's be real. You've got all of the meat stripped off of it at this point. You've got the frame. It's called the frame. Let's be real. And you put that in with like all of your vegetable trimmings. So like the tops of your celery that you would not normally eat, the leafy bits, and the butt of it. You know, so you've like chopped up your celery to be usable in other ways. And you've got the parts that you're not going to eat. That's what you would use to stew a broth. You might put some carrots in there. You'll probably put some bay leaves in, some seasonings, maybe some Italian seasoning or whatnot, and some salt and pepper. Right? That's how you make a broth. But you don't do that for fucking spaghetti. You don't do that to make fucking spaghetti noodles. You do that to have the broth available to you if you want to make gravy or if you want to make rice. It actually is really good in like plumping up rice. Or, you have other recipes that call for broth, right? But you're not going to fucking use that for spaghetti noodles. She is so crazy in the way she cooks. It's so weird. But this, if you look at the screen, she's saying she ate half a chicken, which I think all of us believe she actually probably ate the whole goddamn chicken, right? She's got a huge ass pan there of, what's that called? It's that stuff made out of like soybean. She's using the pita for that, right? The pita bread. Because she eats pita bread all the time. Which is also something she shouldn't be eating. Like, if she's going to be eating this stuff, she should probably be using, like, celery sticks or carrot sticks or something like that. How come I have never seen her just, like, eat a moderate salad with, like, tofu? It is something basic. When I was having lunch with my boyfriend on Wednesday, he ordered one of my favorite salads from a restaurant we go to that I've been going to for years and years, but now he's into it as well. And they have this great salad that's kind of, it's got the walnuts, it's got cranberries, it's got and it's got like a balsamic dressing, it's got some like blue cheese crumbles. It's a really good salad. But he added a protein to it when he ordered it. So he had some shrimp on it. And I was just thinking, when I'm watching these videos, why can't you just order a goddamn salad? Why do you have to, like, dive all in on all of this, like, heavy food rather than just get some leafy greens that are going to be good for your digestive system, good for your colon, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe she has leaky gut.
But it's not, I don't know. I don't like moist, dark meat. I like it very burnt.
I mean, that sounds great, but, like, not chicken wine. Sorry, I had to.
But with the chicken breast, yeah, it has to be moist, of course. I don't know. I think it's because the dark meat, the leg and the thigh have so much more fat that when you cook it longer, the fat kind of like dissolves more. Anyway, I'm weird, I know. So I eat chicken, a salad every day, hummus, or a salmon bowl.
That's what it was. It's hummus. Hummus can be fattening, especially if you're eating it with pita bread. She should be eating her hummus with, like, celery sticks and carrot sticks. Maybe radishes, maybe, other, like, little cherry tomatoes, stuff like that. Like, if you're gonna eat hummus, it should be treated as a dip that you're using for vegetables. In her situation, I'm not saying that everybody in life needs to treat it that way, because, like, not everybody in life weighs 500 fucking pounds. Let's be real.
For example, with black beans and guacamole and quinoa or brown rice. What I love about the bowls is they pretty much have, like, every food group in one, and I really enjoy those. And when I'm able to, like,
That's probably about like $18 or so, because isn't it like 4.4, like the amount like that's on screen, right? I mean, if you want to spend that much money on one meal, sure, but I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I usually hear me out. Whenever I go to Taco Bell, I usually get enough food for like that night, for later that night, because I don't feel like cooking, and so I'm just like, I'll just get a taco there for tonight. Sure, why not? I'm going there anyways. So what I'll do is I'll order like 3 or 4 more like tacos or something, and that'll last me, I don't know, like 2 extra meals or something for pretty much the same exact price as that one bowl.
Wow, dude. You gotta work on your eating habits too, Unicorn Bandu. Holy shit. That is not as much as me or my boyfriend would order, for fuck's sake. We're not gonna be like picking up like 6 fucking tacos at Taco Bell. In fact, the last time I was at Del Taco, I picked up 1 chicken soft taco. So that's a lot of fucking food, y'all.
So, choices.
Make things on my own again. I think I'll get the ingredients to make those more regularly. So then, every day, I've been having an avocado smoothie with honey and pistachios. This is a very common drink here at juice stations. They're called avocado juice with nuts and honey. And when I first came to Kuwait, Salah introduced me.
I'm just being real. It sounds gross. I love avocados, and I never eat through them quickly enough before they degrade, but when I do get them, I either make guacamole or I slice them up for sandwiches or bagels or something like that. But the idea of trying to turn them into a juice, this sounds disgusting. I mean, y'all can correct me in the comments, but it sounds disgusting.
To those, he was having one, and he said, "You want to try a sip?" And I said, "What? Avocado smoothie? Ew." Because avocados, I'm very finicky on them. I don't know how some people can just eat them just like that with nothing else. Just
I have never related to something more in my life. Like, they have to be pristine, perfect. I don't know if it's just like where I live, like the avocados aren't super great, but it's just like, I like the taste of them. It's just like the texture on the majority of them are just disgusting. So I have never related so much in my life. Girl, I 100%, I understand where you're coming from.
Plain avocado, to me, they taste.
Did this come up because Amber Lynn recently revived some previous footage of her cutting her finger when she, or maybe it was Jordy brought the footage up. Somebody brought the footage up of where she sliced open an avocado and she didn't understand what the pit was and how to get it out, and ended up slicing her finger open. Because you're supposed to whack it and twist. That's how you get the pit out, right? But if you're not going to use the whole thing at one time, you're going to leave the pit in anyway and store it in a little bit of water with some lemon juice and some salt. That's how you store them, so that they don't get brown and they get a little flavorful. I'm just giving you some helpful hints.
It's like plant butter if you eat them plain. So I have to have them mixed with.
I have never related to something more. She's so right with that.
Things, and this is the best. It's so good. Avocados are so healthy with good fats and fiber and vitamins, which are essential for healing. I mean, even the doctor is prescribing vitamins for me. So, our body needs certain.
I mean, to be fair, there's a big difference between like something that you could find in an avocado versus a pill. Also keep that in mind.
Vitamins and minerals to.
She's stopping just shy of saying they are potassium rich, because she doesn't want to openly admit that she watches my channel.
Kind of speed up the healing process. So then after this main meal and the avocado smoothie, I usually have hours later, like late at night, because my sleep pattern is all mixed up. Sometimes I nap throughout the day. The pain makes me more tired than usual. So at night, I'll eat a mixed plate, which I'm able to actually stand long enough to make myself, or Salah will help me and just bring me the things.
But you can use the bathroom and shower on your own, though. Yeah, I don't know if she thought that one all the way through or not.
He knows I like.
No, but this is great because, like, I literally did a live stream where I said, well, there's no way she's eating in her bedroom and leaving dirty dishes around because she would have an ant infestation or a roach infestation. She's literally saying, yep, that's exactly what I do, Jenna. I can't even with Chantel. She's so gross, you guys.
And I'll just kind of like prepare it in bed. So I'll eat a mixed plate of pita bread, labneh or cheese, olives, pickled eggplant, and a small bag of chips. So,
which, by the way, she still has diabetes. I don't know if she even forgot that, but ma'am, salt and things and stuff that you're not supposed to be eating, you're... I'm gonna press play because it's gonna fall on deaf ears anyways.
She's preparing food in bed, y'all. How quickly do you think Salah is gonna come back and retrieve the plates? Oh my God, Chantal.
It's weird to me that I've still lost so much because, especially the avocado smoothie, I'd imagine, and the night meal is kind of higher in calories, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I haven't been counting calories, so, anyway, I mostly eat when I'm hungry, but I do need to eat because of the medications I'm taking. Anti-inflammatory medicines can cause stomach issues, so I try to take them with food. Anyway, I will weigh myself again next week and see what happens.
You can literally take your pills with like a small handful of peanuts and you'll be fine. You don't need to have a fucking large meal to take a pill. You have a small snack. You can have a few dried apricots. Cool. Got something in your stomach. You're not going to have a problem. You don't have to have a full-blown meal every time you need to take a pill.
Back to the doctor today, so if you want to know any updates about that in full, you can watch my live stream I did tonight. It's my latest live stream, and I talked about how I went to the clinic, back to the clinic nearby to...
Rosie Thorne pointed out that this image has been photoshopped. She trimmed off some of her belly on the left side of her body. And there are some spots along the side of her body that don't level up because they were trimmed off through Photoshop. I don't know what the point is. I mean, like, are you on a healthcare arc or are you just like creating an imaginary world? What's happening here?
Just for a follow-up, basically, and they asked me, how my pain level is, just to see that kind of thing. Well, actually, the way it works, like, I was in a wheelchair because I know a lot of people are thinking that I'm wheelchair-bound now, and it depends. Like, until I am able to heal more, and...
Which the number one thing that I have heard from multiple people, I've said this before and I'll say it again, is the best thing that you can do is get up and move. Like, it might hurt, but you're going to be working out that nerve to, loosen it up and get it moving again. Like, just sitting there and crying about it's probably not going to be super helpful to you because that makes it worse at the end. It might be easier, but it's not going to help any.
To walk longer distances because of the injury, it's very painful. So a lot of people who have this...
This isn't an injury. This is something that just developed potentially. This isn't like you sustained an injury. You didn't fall. You didn't get hit. You did not get attacked by a dog, Chantel. This isn't an injury. This is a result of the fact that you're severely obese, right? Assuming that you're describing your symptoms correctly, which nobody believes at this point, because you've described them in such a way that it makes no sense, right?
Of injury in their back or sciatica pain, it's debilitating. Like, it's hard to be in certain positions for a long time without it flaring up. So like sitting is extremely painful. It's more painful than standing, but standing is also painful. And then the thing with standing, like if you're gonna think like, well, if it's so painful to sit, why don't you just walk more? And I was able to walk from the car to the clinic entrance, like, you know, go into the entrance, the administration, go see the doctor. But then there was like an emergency at the clinic, and the doctor had to like tend to that because it was later at night, and so we would be standing around.
And they did not call an ambulance to transport this person to an actual hospital, right? Because it was late at night. Doesn't look like it's late at night. It looks like you're pretty well lit, but okay.
And sitting around for a while, and then we had to move to a place in the clinic that was far away. So yeah, I had help with a wheelchair for that. And when I go to the clinic, depending, I find that if I stand too long, then my leg gets a lot of weakness. So, like muscle weakness and numbness. And so
I've mentioned this before, but I have had nerve issues in my neck or my back. They couldn't really figure out what was wrong with it, but it was probably a pinched nerve or a trapped nerve somewhere that resolved itself somehow. But with that being said, though, just do your best. Quit crying like every single 5 seconds about your leg, which I'm not saying that it probably doesn't hurt, but like complaining there and sitting there and wallowing in it is not going to help it. I mean, did you guys hear me complain about my arm and like how weird it felt? And it felt like I was having some sort of like heart emergency because it was going numb and I couldn't like open stuff and I couldn't even like barely wash my hair because it felt so weak. No, I pushed through with it and did my best and everything worked out in the end. So, girlie, we've been trying to tell you, it's now or never. I feel like this is a very kind of, I hate even saying this, like a very crucial tipping point whenever it comes to Chantal either getting better or declining medically, which I don't wish that upon her, but I feel like it's now or never. It's honest to God, now or never. This is genuinely scary.
I opt for the wheelchair, like, just so I don't fall, you know, so that's why. But as soon as this is healed, I will be back to walking, that's for sure.
Why, have you actually fallen? Have you actually fallen? Or are you taking that from my channel too? About how I've talked about my leg has collapsed under me several times? You just stealing shit from other people's channels? Have you actually fallen? I don't think you have you?
Still looking into treatment options. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to see if it will heal on its own. I've been told that this type of injury, even like herniated or slip discs, I should say, and sciatica, which kind of go hand in hand, because sciatica.
So is she kind of confirming that it's her back and not sciatica because she keeps flip-flopping and like they go hand in hand, but like at the same time though, like which one is it? Is it a slip disc or is it a like a nerve issue? I don't get it.
Sciatica is just usually a slipped disc, parts of the disc slipping out of order and pinching, pressing on the nerve, causing that nerve numbness.
There she goes, Googling shit again. You guys, she's just like, I found a picture on Google. So, therefore, I must know what I'm talking about in regards to my medical condition that I'm totally making up and I haven't been diagnosed for because I'm doing drop-in clinics and I don't have a doctor that I'm going to on a regular basis. Okay, Chantal.
In pain, and it's so bad. I've never experienced pain like this in my life, like I've said, and I don't wish it on anyone. It's so painful. And like I said, it's debilitating. You can't do much for very long, but I'm pretty stubborn. Like, you know, if I have the choice to just laze around, then I'm more likely to do it in my free time. But if I don't have a choice and I'm like forced to be in bed, for a little while it's okay, but then after I start getting fed up with what I can't do, and I try to push myself to do it. But with this type of injury, like, if you're pushing yourself to the point of pain.
Okay, I sped her up to 1.5 because it's honestly the same 5 talking points that she's had all week. And just how many times can we hear about like weakness and pain and like laying around and like not doing anything? It's just nothing new, I promise you.
It can make things worse, is what the doctor told me. So, yeah, I have to take it easy until this is healed. And a lot of rest is, what is going to help with that healing, basically. I'm just trying everything people are suggesting.
No. A lot of rest is not going to help you. You need to be doing physical therapy approved stretches. You can't be resting all the time. They probably want you to walk for 30 minutes a day too, because that's what they told me, and that's near impossible for me. But they wanted me to do it before I fucking collapsed and had to go to the hospital and spend the night in the hospital for a potassium drip. This, I think, is why she keeps talking about getting vitamin injections as well. She just keeps, like, stealing other people's stories, you guys.
Instead of walking around, it's just like the number one thing everyone has been saying for you to do.
Ice, then hot, then ice, sunlight, everything. But yeah, I'm mostly just also taking, I get an injection every other day now at the clinic, and it's like a pain medication and also some vitamins.
This is the first time you've been back since like fucking Saturday. What do you mean you're doing something every other day? You've literally been online giving updates and saying that you didn't want to go back because it was too painful, blah, blah, blah. And now you're like, I go in every other day. Oh, okay, so we're rewriting history again. Okay, Chantel.
Injected like into my hip area, like lower back area, but like off to the side. So, and then I also take on my own some strong anti-inflammatories that are like non-steroidal inflammation medicine. And I take also...
She literally has not had the procedure that she's talking about, because they actually do that in a surgery center or a hospital. And it's basically they have to put you under. And so I'll play what I shared earlier today, that on the day that Olivia Newton-John died, I had surgery that day, and I talked about it.
A mild muscle relaxer. I don't think that they're all, like, none of the pain medications are very effective because they all don't target the nerve, and they don't have the same kind of medications here in Kuwait, and it's hard to, have access to proper pain management. So I'm just doing what's available.
Okay, Draggy, you're literally just doing this to try and get pain prescriptions, and that's why they're not giving anything to you. Because they can see an addict when they see an addict. They know that. They even questioned me. They wouldn't give me any painkillers, despite the fact that I have absolutely no history of abusing narcotics whatsoever. And they wouldn't give me any painkillers other than prescription Motrin. So the idea that the Kuwaiti medical system is going to somehow become your pain supplier, but obviously that's the goal here, right? Is because you can't get weed, right? They don't have any dispensaries. So you're looking for ways to get fucking painkillers now?
Right now.
Which can anyone confirm, deny that? Because I find that very odd. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm doing okay, and I just hope that it goes away. Like I said, I've been told that this kind of thing takes time to heal. So sometimes it takes like months, sometimes it takes a couple of months, sometimes a few weeks. It just depends. So I'm trying to,
And from personal experience, mine took a few weeks to like kind of slowly, gradually get better to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't even really, notice that there's anything wrong anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But if it took a few months, I would have been miserable.
Lou's also
My sciatica took 20 years of chiropractic and a lot of testing. Okay? I had the ultrasound probe up my vagina to make sure that I didn't actually have a hernia. I had nerve testing. I had all kinds of shit go down. I had x-rays. I had an MRI. Well, no, the MRI was for my arm. But I went through a lot of testing over a lot of years, a lot of therapy, and a lot of stretching before my right hip loosened up enough for it no longer to be in severe pain. So I suppose it's possible that you could just have a pinch for a little while and it clears right up. But mine lasted for a long time. It certainly didn't sound... She's making it out like hers was more severe than what I experienced. And I have a feeling that she is going to be up and about within the next week or two. Especially with Valentine's Day coming up. She's going to want to have like some sort of Valentine's Day episode where she like reintroduces Salah back to social media, and she's like, I love my husband who likes to shit and crap, you know, and piss on the Bible and the crucifix and his mistress's face and stuff, right? That's all going to be coming in the next week or two.
weight is good because especially in the abdomen, that can really pull on your vertebrae and just cause more problems. And which is, why if you have a large abdomen, a lot of pregnant women get sciatica. They develop sciatica when they're pregnant because of the extended abdomen. And I have that, not pregnant.
Okay, you've never been pregnant. You don't know what happens to us when we get pregnant. And generally by the third trimester, we get sloshy hips. Everything loosens up. So I don't know where you're coming up with this, because our hips start to actually loosen quite a bit. And it becomes difficult to walk, and that's why a lot of pregnant women fall. I took a fall in my third trimester because your hips loosen. I don't know what you're talking about, like, oh yes, you're gonna have all these pinched nerves. No, because basically your body is preparing to release a child, and so your hips are loosening and getting watery, and it becomes more difficult to walk at that point because you're so wobbly, right? She really doesn't know what she's talking about at all. That's not a thing. Sciatica is like an office job thing. This is I've been sitting on my butt for too fucking long kind of thing.
Just being overweight. So that is something that I have to fix. And being in the 340s is seriously very encouraging. Like 341, so I only have a few pounds, to be in the 330s and like 3 pounds. And that will be a new low in years. I have not been that weight in a long time. So it's more for health at this point than anything. And I hope that I can achieve that for my better health and future. And I can get back to doing things for you guys. I want to touch on that a minute. I know that I haven't been camming up, and I will say the main reason is that being in bed, like I mentioned, is the least painful position for me at this point, and therefore I do a lot of my content from bed. Probably even my cameos are going to be from bed. So I just have to be comfortable, and
I'm very comfortable. I'm wearing my bathrobe. I got a scarf on. I got a beanie on. I think I'm just as well covered as you would be in your hijab, right? So I don't know what you're whining about, girlfriend.
want to show my room. yeah, I don't want to show my room when I'm live streaming. I don't want to show my room.
Girl, we know. I promise you, we've been paying attention because it's the only thing like you've been talking about recently. We know. We know.
We know.
In videos of me just laying down, it's not appropriate anymore for for my life. And I just also,
Appropriate for her. What? Okay.
the less I have to get dressed, the better. I do have to force myself to, go through the painful motions of getting dressed. I do get help from Salah, but just to go to the clinic and things like that, so nothing else is going on other than that. There's no
There are a whole lot of buts in this explanation, but I get a lot of help from Salah, but what does that mean? What does that mean? I get a lot of help, but what? What's going on there?
conspiracy theories, and that's basically just what it is. And I'll be back on camera before you know it. I've always been on camera for years and years, and I do miss filming with my face. I prefer that. But as soon as I'm better, whenever that will be, and whenever I'm able to get out of bed and do more content, I will do it. So anyways, I guess that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you some updates. And again...
Okay, great. So that's pretty much the same exact Vive talk.
Okay, let me show you what I shared earlier that, like I said, it seems like she's modeling stuff on smaller channels like me, where we've had health issues and we talk about our health issues. So hang on a second. Okay, so approximately a year ago, Olivia Newton-John passed away.
I don't know if my computer's gonna cooperate. I had surgery this morning, so I'm not in the best of places, right? I'm not in the best of places. I had surgery this morning. I had a sympathetic block. And what that is a spinal injection to trying to relieve nerve damage.
I had 3 of them over the course of that fall. I had 3 of them, but this one was a little harder.
They were not exactly successful at getting the IV in. Huge ass bruise on my right hand because the nurse couldn't get it. He was trying so hard. He was trying so hard, but he couldn't get it in, right? So the anesthesiologist had to do it in my left hand, and he was able to get it, no problem, right? And they put me right out. I was done, right? I felt naked for a goddamn second. They pulled all of my clothes off of me, and then they're like, "Oh, you're out." Pulled up my underwear down. I felt like, "Oh my God, you're looking at my whole body right now." Oh my God, even. They knocked me out. And when I woke up, I could not move my left hip, at all. It was done. The nurse dude, had to help me get dressed because, I couldn't. But anyway, we lost, one of my childhood icons today. We lost Olivia Newton-John. Right, so I did 4 songs on Facebook. Give me a second. Takes me a hot minute. It takes me a hot minute, right? Takes me a hot minute. I did 4 songs on Facebook earlier, but my computer was also acting up. So hopefully it's going to act better for me now. I did Hopelessly Devoted, Magic, Xanadu, and Let's get physical. I can't even. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. All right. I did those. Those are the 4 songs I did. Let's go. Let's go. Olivia. She was like 73 or 74 years old. She's younger than my mom. My mom was a little disturbed by that, by the way. Because I was like, how old was she? And she's like, oh, she was like 73. And I'm like, well, I mean, she lived a full life. And she's like, she was younger than me. I get you, Mom. I get you. I get you. She's younger than me.
Okay, let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, okay. Like, I probably had like ADHD or something, right? I've been putting together a lot of the pieces of like what happened to me yesterday. I had like a terrible day yesterday, right? Like I had crazy ass neighbors come after me. I have this on video. They came after me pretty hardcore. I'm realizing they acted the same way as Eli Berry. These motherfuckers are coordinating. I can't even. They're coordinating. Okay. I got 2 more songs.
Point being is that I had a surgery that morning that she has described as having just in like an office an injection that would require that you go under for. I had to go under for it. And the fact that she's like trying to describe herself as being totally incapacitated and they're shooting shit up her ass like that. They would put me out, put a needle in my lower back by my buttock, and it was I imagine it was cortisone. It was something. I don't recall what the paperwork said at this point, but point being it was a sympathetic block, and I had 3 of them. And every time I describe it to all the other doctors that I have to see, they know exactly what I'm talking about, so that's all I have to say. I've been getting treated for 2 years for the pain that I've been going through. And I'm not totally immobile, but it is difficult for me to walk. It is difficult for me to navigate stairs. It is difficult for me to stand in a shower. And I still make my own meals. I needed help in the beginning when it first happened, but she's talking about potentially pinching a nerve while she was traveling back from Canada, but didn't start complaining about it for days after that plane ride. And she started talking about being bedbound after doing a Q&A where she said, I'm not going to be bedbound. I just did all these walking videos. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, which makes it even more unreasonable that you all of a sudden have a debilitating nerve condition. You just walked around, you just did all these videos of you walking around parks and malls, and now all of a sudden you are bedbound? Not believable. Not believable at all. Sorry.